This is one of the most beautiful places that I have probably ever been to in my life. I mean, I was just awestruck just getting here, and I'm just like, wow. Incredible. All the surrounding mountains. Unbelievable. During the day it was relatively windy here. Not super windy, but I'd call it a heavy breeze. It has completely died out. They walked straight out of the water, stopped by my fire pit, and then walked back into the lake. These stories are insane because it sounds very similar to kind of what happened to us. Show yourself, whatever you are. Mimic or demon or some sort of cryptid. Also seems really odd that this rope is here. What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new adventure. We are currently in a small town known as Terrace, British Columbia. Believe it or not, we are literally about maybe 2.5 to 3 hours away from Alaska. I'm gonna actually be there probably tomorrow, to the point where I can literally see Alaska, which is so freaking cool. But basically we're starting off here. We are making our way towards Yukon, and honestly the sights and sounds out here are amazing. So I did find kind of a cool spot to start off. Tonight we are going to be camping in a haunted location, kind of a very dark place. I have a story for you and I will share all of that shortly, but first I wanted to kind of do something different, interesting, well, sort of. It's mostly just a hike up to the top of Terrace Mountain, and there's something really cool to see up there. So we're gonna get this hike underway. Smash the like button for a new adventure. There's gonna be a lot of crazy things we're gonna be doing shortly, but yeah, let's get the party started. All right, so there are several things that we have to be cautious of. There was a lady over there, she's walking her dog down the street, and she pointed out there is some fresh bear scat literally just over there. So she said, if you're going to give a good holler. Now the reason why I'm going up is because you can get a whole view of the town, the mountains, that sort of thing. And I mean, being in public, I'm not going to carry my rifle with me. So basically all I got is my fists and some hairspray. Hairspray? Bear spray, Jesus. Oh my god, can you imagine using hairspray on a bear? So we gotta be vigilant, we gotta talk. So if I'm talking a lot, that's the reason why. It kind of just notifies the bear that, hey, I'm coming. But anyways, the reason why I kind of want to go to the top is there are these really cool statues of wolves. That would be kind of ironic if we go up there and we encounter wolves, or maybe even this bear. Now I don't know if it's a grizzly bear or if a black bear or whatever, but let's just be cautious. Oh, Mr. Bear! I mean, it's cool when you get to see wildlife, but preferably from about at least 100 meters away. Preferably. So, let's try not to encounter Mr. Black Bear. This is a really cool trail, actually. Damn. Quite nice, actually. Mr. Bear! So I'm just going to keep calling that, or I'm going to keep saying that rather. Reason why is because, like I said, you got to be loud, you got to talk, you got to let the bear know that you're on the way. Because you never want to startle a bear, because that's when the bears get defensive and they might attack you. So yeah, let's just hope that that does not happen. But I mean, this is like normal in these areas. All right. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think, going up. So far, no bears, as far as I can tell. But it's kind of funny how you have like literally subdivisions, and the bears, trust me, they come right through. They don't care. They're always looking for food. That's what they care about. All right, so we got a bunch of signage everywhere. I am gonna actually start speaking louder from here on out. Let's see, which way is the way to the top? So we got the Wolves View. That's where we want to go, the Wolves View. So we got to go in this direction. There is another hiker out here because there's a truck parked directly in front of mine. But I don't know if they're all the way at the top or what at the moment. But I am very thankful, at least you have like community members out here that will warn people if there is a bear. I have encountered a grizzly one time in my life. Last year, actually, here in British Columbia, but it was more south. It was near Whistler. Went up to this ghost town thing, and there was an active town I was driving through, and there was a bear. Luckily, I was in my car, but other people walking down the road were not so fortunate. They didn't get attacked or anything, but I had to basically like shield them with my car, put my car in between them and the bear, just so that way the bear wouldn't attack. But this is quite steep. We should be approaching the first lookout, apparently. And then the further off you go, you will end up at these mountain statue things, which are kind of cool. And the view is supposed to be amazing. Kind of glad the weather is clearing up because last night it rained all night. It did eventually stop, but today it's also supposed to rain on and off. But where we're going to be heading is towards this forested area. There is a lake. It is really, really beautiful, and there's a bit of a haunted story behind it, which is kind of why I ended up picking that. Just something to do tonight. Camp out over there. But yeah, we're going to be there in just a few hours. It's not far, but I kind of figured I wanted to do a little bit of a hike first before we get there. Should almost be there. It's crazy because the ground kind of like levels out. I don't know where this first lookout is. There's a marking on the map that says first lookout, but I don't really see a lookout. Unless it was just completely barricaded by the trees, unfortunately. But, okay, maybe another few minutes. I don't think it's going to take too long to actually get there. In the meanwhile, I'm going to keep playing music on my phone, just so that way I have something that makes noise, and they can hear me coming a little bit better than just me rambling on for 10 hours. We got a bit of a viewpoint. That's pretty cool. It's a little bit blocked by a lot of trees, so almost there. Just a little bit more. It's good exercise though. I feel like I needed this. I guess we're pretty much almost the entire way there. It says it's literally just down this way, so not a bad hike actually. Really didn't take that long. It's about a half a kilometer. It's steep, but it's only about a half a kilometer. Oh man, I can't wait to take this in. You guys have no idea. Just driving in yesterday, the views, oh man. It actually feels like you're in Alaska. It feels different. It's very different from the rest of British Columbia. I mean, there's a lot of mountains, but like, especially because there's a lot of cloud coverage over here, it just looks completely different from the rest of the province. So I am excited to get to Yukon. Like I said, never been there before. Where are these things exactly? Not seeing them. There's a caution sign, but yeah, just seeing pictures of what's about to come in Yukon, unbelievable. It's like another frickin' world. I don't see anything yet. Oh, here they are. Oh my god, that is so cool. Wow. Oh man, look at this. Damn. You can see so much from up here. Please stay away from the edge of the cliff. Will do. I'm terrified of heights, so we will do exactly that. But look at this. This is awesome. Beautiful view of the river. All the surrounding mountains. Unbelievable. These are freaking neat. Somebody actually built these and brought them up. I wonder if they just built them up here. That's freaking cool. Alright, well, we got a cool view. great way to start the day. It took me a little bit longer than I had planned to get out today, just because I had to get a video ready for you guys and get more supplies. Finally, we're on the road. Now let's start heading towards the forested area. I think that's going to be pretty neat too. Oh, I just noticed there's a bunch of like small things down there. They're smaller ones down there, but I think those ones are birds. That is pretty cool. I'm gonna just sit here and take it in for a moment, and then we'll get a move on. I heard something down there, like a sort of grunt. Not quite a growl, but like a grunt. Oh, Mr. Bear! Okay, this literally just got serious. If there is a grizzly, we could be in trouble. Of course, it has to be on the way down, right? Not on the way up, where we could just literally turn around and go back to the car. No! It has to be on the way down. But no, like, for real. I heard like a grunt. It sounded kind of like it was in that direction, but I don't see anything. I mean, if there was a bear, you'd be able to notice pretty easily. Now I hear something down there, but hopefully just chipmunks. But that grunt was definitely from something larger than a chipmunk. So let's just be cautious. Keep our eyes open. And if we need to, we'll grab the bear spray and spray him right in the snout. I don't think he'll like that too much. And he definitely will not want to be my friend after. Mr. Bear! People don't realize this is one of the biggest risks of coming out into areas like this and hiking and exposing yourself to being just completely out in the open. But I mean, at the end of the day, people have done this for quite literally thousands of years. Bear attacks are not very common, but they do happen. They say one attack happens approximately every 3 years or so. So it's a little bit of a reassurance, but I mean, the amount of time I spend outside, I am almost always outside. Like, you guys don't realize, even when I'm home, I'm outside. Which is kind of funny. Like, I'll just sit out in the garage, crack open a nice bottle of bourbon, watch a video, podcast, whatever. Okay, well, I'm not really seeing anything, so I think we should be okay. But I'm going to be cautious the rest of the way out. And I'll report back once we get to the car safely. Alright guys, so we are in and around where we're pretty much looking to be. The area here is known as Callum Lake. Now, I'm trying to find an ideal spot where we can actually camp. I do have a story, actually several stories, about kind of what's happening in this lake. It is beautiful. Just driving down the highway, coming into this, magnificent. I am going to go a little bit closer to it. Right now we're pretty much just at like a boat launch area. This is not really somewhere that we can camp, so I don't have the exact spot where these people camped apparently not long ago, and I'm just kind of trying to figure that out. There's a whole bunch of like recreation areas that just completely surrounds this lake. It's very, very remote. It's a very big wilderness area, protected area, if you will, which is why people come and camp around here. But being from not around the area, I don't really know where the hell to go. So at the very least, we can walk down here and take a look at the lake, because it is marvelous. What an absolute sight. It's getting windy and a little bit cool. But yeah, so what I think we're gonna have to do, I'll show you guys in a moment, but what I think we're gonna have to do is basically backtrack and detour all the way to the other side of the lake, so that way we can find some areas where we can actually camp out. But let's at least take a good look at this place first, so that way we know what we're delving into at the moment. So as you can see, this is clearly just a boat launch area. There's no like proper spot to like camp around here. I don't know, I looked up a recreation site, it looked like it would work, but unfortunately it doesn't. But the sights and sounds right now are just marvelous. I wonder how cold this water is. You guys know, got to do the water test, got to see just how cold the water is. But look at that. When the sun is hitting it, you can see that it has like this emerald color to it. And we've been seeing a lot of that on this entire trip, but it's getting different now that we're out here, so much closer to the Alaska side of things. Oh man. The waves are coming in. Let's see how cold this water is. Relatively cold. Definitely not warm, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely swam in warmer waters than that. I mean, it is a really big lake. It's probably really deep, and that's the reason why it's so cold. It's probably a really good fishing spot, to be honest, but I don't have a rod with me. Unfortunately, it just didn't fit in the car, so I didn't bring it with me. What I'm kind of looking for is like one of those smaller ones that are kind of collapsible. I know there's a term for it, but yeah, it won't come to mind. I literally saw one yesterday, but it was kind of a cheapie, and I don't know, wasn't feeling it. So yeah, I think at this point we're probably gonna have to backtrack. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back into town. I should have done this in the first place because there was a spot on the other side, and I think that's where we're gonna go. So basically I gotta backtrack all the way back into town and then go all the way down onto that side. It's gonna take me probably at least an hour. A little bit of a detour, I guess. Okay, this is kind of funny. So I came a few minutes back up the road because it said there was another spot, but there's a problem with this one. I guess it's native territory, I assume. But there's actually multiple issues. So basically, we have several notices here, and we also have a welcome to Tsimshian territory. First Nation, a tribe of a nation, is in the final stage of treaty negotiations with British Columbia and Canada. Returning land to First Nations is an important part of Canada. Okay, so anyways, proposed to be included. Wait a second. That's literally where I was going to go. So I can't go there either? I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here. So it says, notice the cutting of standing or fallen trees is not permitted within the park. Please collect firewood from outside the park, which would be fine because I have my own. Then it also says, notice no motorized vehicles beyond this point. So am I supposed to just like park here and then just carry everything down? I don't know. I'm kind of confused, but I'm going to try and go to the other side and hopefully we have some better luck. I mean, it's a road, but I can't drive down it. Doesn't really make sense, but okay, let's turn around and go to the other side, I guess. Okay, so check this out. I'm pretty sure it was like right over here, but I noticed this kind of coming in. There it is. There's literally just a flipped truck. Like, what the hell? But that's not the only one. There's another one. I don't think it was a truck, but there was another one like just up this way. And I have to say, I mean, these roads are not that treacherous. I don't know how fast that guy was going, but holy moly, man. Okay, so the other one also was a truck. Somehow veered off the road, smashed into those trees, and they're all just left there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's causing people to get into all these accidents in this area. But, I mean, hopefully they're okay. But that's kind of crazy. There was another one somewhere else. It might have been on the way yesterday, but I've just been noticing like all of these turned over vehicles or veered off vehicles into ditches and trees and stuff, and they're just left there. Maybe it just takes time over here. It's kind of like a slow-paced town, it seems. Nothing really that exciting. No offense to anybody who lives in Terrace, but like, I thought there would be a little bit more excitement to the town, but it's just a town. Nothing really crazy to it, but we still got a long way to go before we get to Yukon. We got hours upon hours. Tomorrow I'm going to attempt a ghost town and see how that goes. Apparently it's been abandoned for well over 40 years, but somebody bought it and they've kind of restored it and they've been maintaining it, so we'll see if we can get in there. That one should be pretty exciting. But in the meanwhile, it's going to take us about 40 minutes to get into the area that I think is probably going to work better, hopefully. We might actually end up running into the same issues as the last one. I just want to be able to drive in and set up camp and kind of just wait it out tonight. I'm getting really like confused because I'm trying to get to the other side of this lake and there's a small little sign. I almost drove right past it. I don't really know where to go. It says visitors and all other vehicles report to the office. No unauthorized vehicle and or person beyond this point. You know what? I think we're about to turn around and just get the hell out of here. Like, where is the office? I am so confused. And also Google like literally took me into what I believe is a native reserve. and then almost took me into like a quarry or something, and I had to turn around, and I'm just like, okay, this is just not making much sense. So can I go, or like, where is this office exactly? Is it, there's a thing here, I don't know. I am totally confused. Okay, I'm just like incredibly confused. I turned around like expecting there to be a road to go in there. Is that where the office is? Like, I don't, what office are they referring to? I have no idea. Is the office like further up ahead? I have no idea. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go up a little bit and see if there's some sort of office that I have to talk to someone. Like, I don't get it. All right, so there was some guys back there working, and I asked them, I'm like, oh, can I go to this red sand recreation site? There's like a whole bunch of plotted recreation sites further up this road. And I'm like, that sign says I have to stop and check in an office. There's no office here. And they're both like laughing. They're like, I don't know, people go in and out all the time. Nobody bothers anybody, so I'm going in. They said it's about probably 30 kilometers up this road, so it'll probably take us almost 30 minutes roughly to get in there. But yeah, there's just a mix of like lumber yards, and it looks like there's a quarry back there. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused, but we'll see where we end up. I guess we're just on some weird, wacky adventure as per usual. The issue is that like when I come to places like this and I'm not really familiar with them, it's kind of like, you know, touch and go, and you kind of have to like, if you don't try and go up a certain road, you won't end up knowing really how to get there, because there was no specific instructions on how to get in and out of this place. But yeah, let's go 30 kilometers up the road and see what's there. Okay, so this is really funny. So I'm looking at the screen here on Google. I'm just driving up the road. I'm a few kilometers in. We're getting there. And I'm like, wait a second. Is Google literally telling me to drive through a friggin' lake? And then I realized, I'm like, that's not a lake. That's literally just a shadow. It's just all forest area. There is no lake that we have to drive through, thankfully, because that would have sucked. I forgot my boat at home. Otherwise, how was I gonna cross? Oh my god. This is the things that we have to deal with on these adventures. Absolutely insane. All right, now we are talking. I finally found an area. This is not the one that I had in mind, but just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I have to go through. I know I've mentioned this many times, but sometimes to find a proper campsite that I actually like. This one is a mess though. There's garbage everywhere. Like, look at this. Garbage there. People leave their cans all over the damn place. But there is a cool dock. There is actually this one, and then there's a much larger lake behind this one as well. I wonder if there's actually any fish in here. Cool. Something's getting attacked out there. But alright, this is more like a, almost like a swampy kind of deal. But definitely good for fishing. I think that's probably why they built this. You can clearly tell it's custom made, so there must be tons of fish in here. But anyway, I'm going to continue on down the road, and I'm kind of considering maybe even going to check out the other area. It's called Pines Lake. I mean, this whole area is technically connected, right? So I'm kind of thinking, like I said, there is a crazy story. Something like very, very serious happened to one guy, and then happened again many years later, and then also happened to somebody else in the same area. So I don't know if maybe it's something connected to the land. This all used to be native land. I think they're still, like that sign said before, that they're transitioning a lot of these lands back to the natives. So it's clear that they might have something that was going on in this area a very long time ago. But yeah, we'll continue on down the road and see what other places we have for us. I actually haven't even left yet, and I just noticed there's another pile of garbage over here. Lots of fire pits and lots of random bits of garbage. Well, I guess they're expecting people to just burn those when they come next, but like, there is a rule as a camper, hiker. The rule is, and this drives me crazy, I don't like seeing that, but the rule is pack it in, pack it out. If you can't bring it with you, don't bring it. And that's, you know, when you leave. Always bring your garbage with you. We always bring our garbage with us. No matter who I'm with, we always bring all of our trash back with us, back into the next town, and then we drop it off somewhere, whether it's in a gas station garbage can or whatever. Even if it's stinky, bring it with you. And the reason why, too, is because it affects the wildlife, right? So if you have an appreciation for the wildlife, why would you leave your garbage? Some animal is going to come along, try and eat it, and they could potentially choke because they don't know what it is, right? They don't understand, you know, our human products. So bring your trash with you. So I just figured I'd pull in just to see what Pines Lake looks like, and it's not bad, not too shabby. There are like perfect little camping areas that are kind of set up. There's no like other real amenities here, but it's not like an official campground or anything. But it is, again, it's all connected to the same land, and that's kind of what we're here to investigate. I mean, I would love to be at the water on the other side when we do manage to get there. But I kind of just needed to take a look just to see what it's like. Beautiful view, though. Got some mountains over there. We're completely surrounded by trees. Quite nice. But I am going to turn around, and we're going to continue on to our main objective, which is to get back to Callum Lake, but just on the opposite side of where we started today, and see what's going on over there. I imagine it's probably going to be quite beautiful if I can find a really, really good spot. But at night, there's rumors that it is not the best idea to stay after dark, because that's when shit gets a little spooky.
I woke up in a king-size bed. Tick of a clock, a stranger to my left. The neighbors gave me a side eye, like I was blind. Oh yeah. 9 to 5 was my dad's advice. Don't think twice, I want the luxury life. My beauty can lose it, I'll use it. I'll take what I want. Oh yeah. A whole lot of ticking, but not enough time. A whole lot of work for a trophy wife like me. Oh.
Finally, we made it. Apparently there's a flood hazard in here. It's really dark for some reason. Anyways, I hope when we get to the end of the road here, that'll probably open up and we can get a beautiful view of the lake. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know why, I have a feeling, I'm hoping this isn't the case, but I have a feeling there's gonna be like 20 bajillion people here, but maybe not, because in this area, yes, it's somewhat touristy. Jeez. But it's not like super overly touristy, like, you know, the southern parts of the province or Banff or whatever. But I guess we'll see once we get in there. I don't know. But I do want some solitude. I would like nobody to be here, at least at night. And the reason why is because, I mean, if we're going to investigate and look for ghosts or try to listen for things, kind of hard to do when there's like a billion people around. So, as a fallback, we do still have Pines Lake. It's a perfect camping spot. Nothing wrong with it. But at least we'll get to see this area, and I'm going to tell you guys the stories about this place when we get there. Guys, we just got here. My God. This is amazing. You guys have no idea. Oh my. This might single-handedly be like one of the best camping locations I've ever been to. Holy, this is stunning. Whoa. Got somebody with a boat down there. There's literally no one here. There's not like one other camper for some odd reason. There's like a whole campsite, but there's no one here. It's kind of funny, actually. Damn, dude. Oh my. There's actual sand here. It's so beautiful. Wow. I absolutely love it. It's a little windy, but I love it. This is awesome. Holy shit. So, I'm gonna be real with you guys. A few days ago, I almost gave up on this trip. There was just like, I don't know, I was just feeling like exhausted to my core. That's why I took a few days off. I was getting stressed out. I was dealing with like a bunch of nonsense. And then some other craziness happened. And now I'm here and I'm like, okay, we're gonna continue. We're not giving up on this mission to get as far as we possibly can. But holy crap, dude. This is like amazing. Absolutely amazing. Imagine when the temperatures are like perfectly warm, how awesome it would be to actually swim here. Damn, that wind is kind of insane. So if I pick a campsite, I don't think I'm gonna pick one of the ones that are closest to the water, just because of the wind, and it does get cool here. So what we're gonna do is probably go a little bit further back. There's other campsites, it looks like, towards the backside. That's kind of gonna protect us from the wind a little bit, but let's do a water test. You know we gotta do it. Damn, this is amazing though, holy crap. Wow, it's pretty cold. It's not really swimmable, but okay, let's figure out what we're doing here. I don't know, maybe I'll drive a little bit further up and see what's down there, but at least we can chill for a little bit, that is for sure. Okay, so I decided to pick a spot back here because we're a little bit further in and it will be less windy when we have our campfire and when we need to cook food, because nobody wants sand blowing in their face and in their food. But wow, did we ever luck out. I came all the way to the end of this side and there's no one here, like literally no one here. It's me and the bears. I mean, we know there's bears out here. I mean, we're in such a remote area right now that obviously there has to be. So we do got to be cautious. But what I'm going to do, honestly, I'm going to grab my chair for a little bit. I'm going to grab a beer and I'm going to go and sit down by the water and just enjoy it. And the nice thing, because I was thinking maybe I'll go to another spot that's further up this way. But I thought about something. I looked at it on maps because I did download an offline map before coming in here. And this is something that you guys have to plan. You want to maximize your sun exposure. You got to come to a side that's actually facing the sun, which is exactly where we are. The other spot, which is called Hart Farm, is like this way, and the sun would actually be behind it. So the sun will set a lot earlier on that side because it's facing this direction. So this side is definitely more ideal. But let's grab a Sapporo. Yes, I went with Sapporo for today, and grab my chair and go sit down by the water and just enjoy it for a little bit. I gotta lie, this is unbelievable. I found a nice, somebody built a little bench here. Just use it as my table for the time being and enjoy some acai. I can see a big storm on that mountain down there. Let's hope it stays there and doesn't come in this direction. Otherwise, we might be in trouble tonight. But otherwise, honestly, this is amazing. I'm just gonna chill probably for like the next hour or so, and then I guess we'll start getting ready to eat, start a campfire, and we really lucked out. The fact that we're here by ourselves, and like I said, I'm gonna give you guys the story about this place in just a little bit, but for now I'm just taking it in. It's a moment of solitude and relaxation. Alright, so we've just been chilling for the past little hour or so, and then I'm like, it's starting to get pretty dark. Maybe we should start cooking. So, the nice thing about being here, wow, apparently I can't hold things. The nice thing about being out here in the northwestern part of British Columbia is that there is no campfire ban. Which means we can finally start going back to charcoal, which is great. Again, I have steak tonight, and these are some excellent steaks. I had one last night, and I didn't do it on the charcoal, and it came out phenomenal. So this time, on the charcoal, going to be excellent. Now, what we do need to do is prepare all of our wood for the next several hours or so as the sun is setting. I am expecting it to get pretty dark and cold. So, we got to start chopping some stuff. It's been a while since I've chopped wood. Hopefully I don't miss. Did not miss. I don't know why I did that. I'm just excited to chop wood again, finally. It feels like forever since we've been in Golden. No, I think Gorman Lake was the last place we were able to actually have a camp. No, we did it in that other spot. I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, there's been some spots here in BC that have been a little bit demoralizing because you can't have campfires. And then it gets cold. And it's like, we need campfires. Otherwise we're screwed. There we go. Alright, let me chop up all of this wood into basically what we need, and then we're going to start cooking all of our food. Alright guys, I don't know why I'm so excited about this. Probably just because I haven't had a charcoal steak in a while, and I feel like we're due. We're definitely due for a charcoal steak. Alright, let's get fire starter lit. Make our lives a little bit easier. There we go. So I've been here for like hours by myself, and there was one guy who pulled in. He's parked, but he's like far away. So I'm not too concerned about one other person, but yeah. Alright, let's get our fire going here, and then we're going to dump some charcoal in. We are currently lighting 2 fires at one time. I'm going to get the campfire lit now that I can see still, because the sun is going down very quick. It is still early. It's only 7 p.m., but it feels extremely, extremely dark. And I'm really hoping it doesn't rain. It might, but I'm not sure. And yes, I did cut my finger open, unfortunately. Is what it is, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna get a fire lit. I was thinking about just cooking right on top of this, but 'tis a bit rusty. No thanks. Not interested. So we'll get our campfire lit over here, and let me grab a fire starter. Okay, let's get this lit over here. Jeez. Lighter burns, finger cuts. All comes with the territory, I guess. Alright, we'll get our kindling lit here, and then I'm going to start adding logs in a little bit, but let's get the barbecue going a little bit further. Okay, well, she's looking good. Nice little fire going in there. Okay, need some tongs. So what I like to do is add just a few at a time. Get those lit, and then we will worry about adding more after. Tends to work. I don't know why, but that's just the way that I do it. I like to use actual wood to light the charcoal barbecue. I cannot wait to eat. I barely ate today, I'll be honest with you. I had like some McDonald's. That was pretty much it. Just a double cheeseburger with bacon. At least this time they actually got the bacon. There was a little while ago that I ordered one with bacon, and they gave me a double cheeseburger with just ketchup. Literally just ketchup. Nothing else. I'm like, and then I realized they gave me somebody else's order. That's great. Is what it is, I guess. Is what it is. Okay, she's lighting pretty quick. Yeah, I started noticing there's a lot of bugs in this area, so that is the one thing about like this area, because it's a lot more humid. There's a lot more mosquitoes and stuff like that. So, in order to get rid of them, we need campfire. Now, you might also be wondering why I have an exploded egg on the floor. So, bought a carton of eggs for breakfast, and I forgot it was in there, and I dumped a bunch of ice right on top in the cooler, and it obviously messed up the container. One of the eggs exploded. The other 11, perfectly fine. Alright, she is coming along real well. I was about to say, what did I do with my tongs? I realized it was in the bag of jerks. That's great. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. What the hell was that? That other sound you're hearing is from that trailer. I see them looking as well, I think. It's kind of hard to tell because there's so many trees in the way, but I have no idea what that was. I don't think anybody's back there, as far as I know anyway. Okay. Alright, yeah, so both of our fires are going quite well. Just got a bunch of smoke right in the eyes. That's great. But yeah, so far, so good. I am really hungry. Oh, can't wait for some strip loin! So, they did say no tree cutting, but they didn't say no tree grabbing and putting in the fire pit, so... loophole, I guess? I'm just trying to get some charcoal going here, so that way we have a nice fire for the next several hours, at the very least. There's like a whole pile of wood right back there. I don't see why I can't use it. Like I said, apparently no tree cutting, but we're not cutting it. We're literally just putting it into the fire. It's here. It's dead already. And clearing dead trees helps the forest anyways, so whatever, I guess. We got a good, really good campfire going already. I'm very happy with it. So, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's start getting our steak ready. I do still have 2 more of these. I went to Costco at some point. From here on out, I don't think we're going to have any Costco's anymore. So we're going to have to find somewhere decent to buy some half-decent meat that isn't Walmart, because we know early on in this trip, we learned, I mean, I already kind of knew. I mean, it's hit or miss, but Walmart, I don't know what y'all doing with your fucking steak, but like, whatever that shit is not good. Okay. So yeah, I had one of these last night. It was fantastic. So we're having another one. We're gonna basically, we're keeping it simple again tonight. We're doing steak and we are doing spinach. That is it. And then for breakfast, at some point, bacon and eggs. Whether I record that or not, doesn't really matter. But I don't know what that noise is. What is that? It sounds like a person. Came from the same area. There is no way there's anybody down there. I'm not even sure if there's a road that goes down there. Hello? Fucking weird. Anyway, okay, whatever. Strange. I definitely need to invest in some new salt and pepper shakers. I mean, the salt and pepper is fine. It's just kind of crusty at this point with garlic powder. And it's kind of just driving me a little insane. I'm concerned that there is something out there, but it sounded like a person. It doesn't even sound like an animal. That is totes weird. So, what's weird about this place is that I haven't even really explained the story about this location yet, but I will go into total detail in a moment, but just to give you just the idea, the reason why I wanted to come here was the stories that I was reading were very similar to what was happening to me, and then also when I was with Lomar and Chels. We were hearing our own voices. Apparently that happens here, so there may very well be some sort of mimic, cryptid, or I don't even know, in this place. Haven't quite figured it out yet, obviously. Sun hasn't fully set, but clearly stuff's already starting to get weird. And all I wanted to do was season my steak. And I know it did not come from those people, because they're pretty far away from me right now. So I don't know. Very weird, to say the least. That is for sure. Oh my god. Okay, so I think I need to invest in... Oh, okay, it's literally just all clumping. My garlic powder is literally clumping up. Ugh, that is annoying. But it's fine. It's just garlic. I mean, even if it clumps, who cares? I mean, it's obviously because it's been in the same bag for like weeks now. And it's just turning into a disaster. But, whatever. No wildlife. That's the one weird thing about this trip so far. No grizzlies, no moose. I haven't seen like one kind of abnormal thing at all in this, on this entire adventure. And I know Lomar really wanted to see one, wanted to see a grizzly anyway. But it just never happened. I mean, at some point, something's got to give. When we go to Yukon, which is very, very remote, it has to eventually happen, I guess. Okay, I definitely put way too much garlic. Let's try and spread it out. It's hard to, like, spread it from the bag, but... Okay, we are good. All I gotta do is prepare the spinach, throw it on the grill in a few moments, and we can finally have dinner. Okay. Finally, it is time to sear this bad boy. I managed to get the grill in there properly. It is completely deformed. By the end of this trip, I'm going to order a new one. There's just nowhere that's selling anything compact like this one. So, honestly, it was a good investment. Great investment. It worked. It lasted us this entire time and some, much longer than I expected. For a $30 thing, it works. So, anyway, let's get the spinach ready. So, like I said, we ain't doing anything special tonight. I just like to use up my food before it goes bad. Unfortunately, some things have spoiled on this trip along the way. Nothing you can really do about it. Is what it is, I suppose. But let's get a ton of spinach onto our skillet. We're already losing some. Not a big deal. Is what it is. You're going to drop some. Can't cry about it. Alright. We'll do that there. And I could actually just cook this right on the campfire, but it's okay. We got space. Oh, man. You guys have no idea. I am so hungry. Like, literally starving at this point. Alright. Let's try another New York strip loin. How did we do it? Pretty good. I overcooked it a little bit, but that is okay. These tend to really take in their juiciness. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing. Again, Costco steaks for the win. It's unbelievable that the best steaks you can get in Canada apparently are from Costco. Amazing. Wow. that's pretty much it for the sun. She's done. It's so quiet out here. Like, even with those people being back there, they haven't made a single sound. I think they just, like, literally basically showed up, stabilized their trailer. I think they're just going straight to bed, but... So, yeah, we do have some stories, like I said, about this place. I know it took forever to explain them. I usually don't do that, but, I mean, I was just awestruck just getting here, and I'm just like, wow. Incredible. But yeah, it is starting to get dark. That storm is still literally right in the exact same spot, which is crazy. And yeah, let's go sit by the campfire, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about this place. Alright, so finally it is time to tell you these stories. I think the biggest thing is that I've been holding off on explaining these just because, like, these are freaky. And this is one of the most beautiful places that I have probably ever been to in my life. Super peaceful. I imagine it's probably very busy here during peak summer season, but now that it's like almost middle of September, it's starting to kind of die out a little bit. So, unfortunately, it's not as hot as I would like it to be, but it wasn't bad today. 18, 19 degrees Celsius. That's not terrible. So, but I think the temperatures are probably going to drop pretty decently. Not too bad, but we got a nice fire going here. So, anyways, apparently there was something in the fog here at Callum Lake. I just had to remind myself what the name of the place even is. But Callum Lake. There was a story, or several stories, that I had found online, and one gentleman explained it like this. So he said that I'm not from Terrace originally, but I've been living here for a few years now. Locals warned me about Callum Lake when I first mentioned I wanted to camp there. Not about bears, not about the cold, but about something else. They all said the same thing. Don't stay overnight by the water. Which is pretty much where we are. They all said the same thing. Don't stay overnight by the water, especially if the fog rolls in. So far, no fog, but yeah, we'll see if that changes. I thought it was just a small town superstition. I grew up hiking and camping. I've had close calls with grizzlies before. I can handle myself. So last summer I decided to ignore warnings and spend a night by Callum Lake. It's beautiful out there. Mountains looming over the dark water, the tree line hugging the shore. By dusk the lake had gone completely still, like a sheet of black glass. I set up my tent, made a fire, cracked a beer, and felt pretty pleased with myself. Now what's kind of interesting is that during the day it was relatively windy here. Not super windy, but I'd call it a heavy breeze. It has completely died out. Let's continue. That's when the fog started. It came fast. 1 second the lake was clear, the next it was covered in a thick white sheet creeping toward me. The air went dead silent, and even the loons stopped calling. Now I haven't heard any loons, as far as I know. We heard something off in the distance over there, not sure what it was. I told myself it was just weather, but then I heard it. Footsteps. Not from behind me, not from the forest, from the water. I froze staring at the shoreline. Heavy, deliberate steps splashed in the shallows, but I couldn't see anything through the fog. I thought maybe a moose had wandered down, but the sound was wrong. Too slow, too steady, almost like somebody walked right toward me. I called out, "Hello? Who's there?" Sounds familiar. The footsteps stopped. For a second I was relieved. Then just above the water, maybe 20 feet out, I saw a shape forming in the mist. It looked like a person, tall and thin, standing ankle deep in the lake. This is really weird because as I'm telling you this story, all of a sudden the wind changed, as you can see from the fire, and it just got much colder. Anyways, but here's the thing. I could see the reflection of the trees in the water. I could see the reflection of my fire. There was no reflection of the figure. I grabbed my flashlight and pointed it straight at it. Nothing there, just empty fog, but the second I lowered the beam, the shape was back. Closer this time, maybe 10 feet away. That was it. I threw everything into my pack, didn't even bother with the tent, and ran like hell back to my truck. I didn't look back, not once, even though I swear I could hear wet footsteps following me up the trail. The next morning I went back with my buddy to grab the tent. It was still there, untouched. But right at the edge of the lake, in the wet sand, there were footprints, bare, human footprints. They walked straight out of the water, stopped by my fire pit, and then walked back into the lake. I've camped all over BC, but I will never go back to Callum Lake. So then it says that if you're reading this, just remember, when the fog rolls in off the water, don't answer if somebody calls your name. Doesn't seem foggy yet, but there is a bit of a haze in the sky. I don't know if that's just from local wildfires, but I don't know. There could be something to this story. But then I found this. There was actually a sequel. This is from the same person. He said that I went back to Callum Lake and I shouldn't have. A few months ago I posted about my night at Callum Lake. The fog, the figure in the water, and the bare footprints around my fire pit. I swore I'd never go back, and I meant it, until I didn't. It's hard to explain. The memory that night ate at me. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. swearing I heard footsteps in my hallway. I started dreaming about the lake, about that thing standing in the fog, and every dream ended the same way. It would say my name, but in my own voice. Now this is kind of something interesting because this happened to me again not too long ago. I don't know what it is. It hasn't happened since. But we were still in northern Ontario. We were just pretty much setting out at the beginning of this trip. I think we were around Kenora area. There's an area out there called Eagle Dogtooth, I believe it's called. There is some rumor that the area could be haunted, but nothing like kind of concrete. But when I was there, I literally heard my own name. You guys heard it on camera. Like, I don't know how else to explain that other than it was insane. So anyways, it says, so the last weekend, against my shred of common sense, I drove back out there. I told myself I just wanted to prove it was all in my head. Bring a camera, stay a couple hours, and leave. Easy. When I got there, the place looked harmless. Sunny, calm water, tourists fishing from boats. I felt stupid for being scared before. I hiked down the same trail and set up in the exact same spot where I'd camped that first night. Now, I don't know exactly which campsite this person took, but it must have been maybe one of the ones down there. Now, because of the wind earlier, I decided to kind of move over here, but I don't really feel like moving. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm going to actually drive in a little bit. I'm going to go to the other side of the lake, to a different site, and just kind of see what happens before we come back and actually set up the tent over here. But anyways, so for the most part in the day, nothing happened. I took pictures, recorded audio, and sat by the water until sunset. Then just as light bled out of the sky, I heard it, a splash, then another, and then a voice. It was faint, but I recognized it instantly. It was my voice from the lake. It called my name the way I'd shout it when searching for a friend in the woods, and it came from the fog rolling across the water. My stomach dropped. I started backing up toward the trail, but the voice kept coming louder, angry until it didn't sound like me anymore. It sounded wrong, like every syllable was being dragged out of a throat full of water. That's when I saw them. Not one figure this time, dozens, pale shapes standing knee-deep in the lake, shoulder to shoulder, all facing me. Their heads twitched about, jerking like broken marionettes. Some were too tall, some bent at impossible angles. I snapped a photo. My phone glitched, screen flickering, then shut off completely. The shape started walking out of the water. What the heck was that? I think a stick fell. Oh, I think this one's falling out. We'll fix that in a second. Why did the light just turn off? It's a fully charged battery. Why did that just turn off? What the heck? There's no way this battery's dead. No, it's... Huh? Okay. Dude, there's no way this battery's dead. Keeps turning off. Okay, I just got a really, really bad headache. I'm gonna grab another battery for this light because you guys can't see me or much of anything right now. I don't know what's going on. I literally charged this battery to full but that was extremely creepy. Just give me 1 second. I have no idea what happened there, but for some reason that battery just completely depleted as I'm telling these stories. But anyways, it says, the shape started to walk out of the water. The sand didn't ripple under the feet. No splashes, no sound. Just a line of human-shaped shadows moving toward me. I ran. I don't remember half the trail. Just branches cutting my face and the sound of my breathing, but here's the part I do remember. When I got to the truck and slammed the door, the windows fogged up instantly, and written across the passenger side window, traced in condensation, were 3 words. See you soon. I'm writing this at 2 a.m. because I just woke up with the sound of dripping water in my apartment. The taps are off, the floor is dry, but the sound isn't stopping. I think it followed me back. Man, these stories are insane because it sounds very similar to kind of what happened to us. And Lomar did mention he hasn't really had anything too crazy happen in relation to this, but I have. So this kind of connected with me really, really well. There was also a reply. There was another story. This is from a completely separate person who said they went to Callum Lake and they shouldn't have. Holy shit, same. That was weird. I almost thought I heard like a car or something. I thought like a car was like coming through. Okay, something really weird is happening already. Not trying to steal your thunder, but this actually happened to me 3 years ago. Almost the same way. Fog rolling in, footprints, the empty reflection thing. I never posted because I figured someone would call me out for being dramatic, but since you did, here's my short version. Long enough to freak you out. Short enough to read at 2 a.m. I was up from Vancouver for a weekend fishing trip with 2 buddies. We set up to the far side of Callum, the inlet that faces those low, crooked pines. Around midnight, the fog came in like a curtain. We heard a splash and laugh. Beaver, otter, stupid jokes to kill the quiet. Then one of my buddies said, "Did you hear that?" And it sounded like my own voice, answering him from the water. "Yeah, I'm coming." I swear to you, it was the exact cadence. I didn't move. I thought my friend was messing with me. He wasn't. We grabbed flashlights and shone them across the surface, and then nothing. And there was nothing. Then something shifted in the fog, like a silhouette stepping out. It stood there, not moving, and when the light hit where it should have been, there was only vapor. No reflection, no ripples, nothing. The air around the thing smelled like cold metal and rain. We ran into the truck. The path back felt longer than the creek bed we'd come down. Halfway there I stopped because I felt like something brushed my calf, wet and cold, like someone had dragged their fingers up my leg from below. I spun. Nobody. My buddy was ahead, white-faced, saying he'd felt the same thing on his neck. We didn't sleep. We left at first light with everything but a bag of wood. Though that was it, until a week later my girlfriend called terrified. She said her bathroom sink and water on the lip, a perfect little pool, sink had water on the lip, a perfect little pool, and there were bare prints pressed into the condensation on the window. Tiny, human, and going from the sill down into the pane, like someone had leaned in to look, then gone away. She sent a pic. I didn't go to the bathroom for 3 days. How do you not go to the bathroom for 3 days? I hope they have a different bathroom in their house. I recorded audio the night on the dumb tape app. There's a 30-second clip where you can hear wind and then what sounds like whispering my own name right behind the microphone. I never posted the file because every time I listen to it, I feel like something is behind me, even if I am alone. Edit. People ask me why we went back or why we stayed. Answer. Curiosity and pride. It's easier to call it bravery until someone touches you. That shouldn't be able to touch you. Also, if you think it's a local lore, maybe it is. But it's personal too. It knows how your voice sounds, know how you call for help in the dark. That's what got me, the mimic. It wasn't trying to scare me away. It wanted me to answer. Final edit, if anyone reading this is tempted to go out there solo at night, don't be. Bring friends. Bring noise. And if you hear your own voice calling, don't answer it. Walk away. Do not run, because running gives it permission to follow. Stay safe, and OP, if you hear anything more, reply to this thread. I want to know if there's ever actually... I want to know if this thing ever actually leaves anyone alone. That's pretty much it. There was nothing else. There was no response from the original poster. That was it. That was the end of the story. So I gotta adjust this fire in a few moments. The sun is almost completely set, and then I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen tonight, but could be nothing. It could be a lot. So we'll see. It's sticky. Angelo? What the hell was that? Okay, that was weird. It literally sounded like somebody spoke. Angelo! There it is again. The fuck? Okay, I don't know if I'm losing it, but it legit just sounded like somebody said my name. Do I go check? Okay, we're gonna go check. Okay, that was very strange. Because it legit... Like, dude, is it the same thing? Like, this is not my first rendezvous, so to say, with something like this. Is it similar? Is it the same? Could have sworn I saw something down there. Hello? Who's there? Oh, spiderweb. You know, they say no tree cutting, but there's a lot of cut trees over here. Ooh, that's a big spider. Hello there. Someone back here? I mean, in a place like this, you never really know, I guess. I don't know. There's no other cars other than me and the guy with his trailer. And that was in the complete opposite direction, so I know for a fact it was not him. There's absolutely no way. I don't know what's going on with this flashlight. For some reason it won't go any brighter because for some reason the battery's already draining and I can't figure out how. Might have to switch to my other one in a moment. It's like a truck or something way off in the distance. Let's try not to get lost out here. Okay, good, we're not that far. It felt like I walked a lot farther than I thought I did. Hello? Man, this place is intense at night. That's for sure. It's kind of cool because there's a lot of space to walk through. Like, it's a very clean forest, so to say. You guys get what I mean. Normally, a lot of the places I go to, there's just like shit everywhere. Okay, I heard a branch breaking back there. What the hell was that? Okay, well, we're gonna be here for a while, so whatever the hell that was, that was creepy. Whatever you are, I'm not afraid of you. I know you've been spooking some other people, but... Okay, well, I think what, damn, that is really loud. I don't know. Someone's driving through with like the loudest vehicle ever, but I think what I want to do is go down by the water and see what's up over there. It sounds like somebody's coming through with like an ATV or something, so the really, really bright light. What the heck? Are they like about to come through here? Okay, well, they probably just decided to come down to the water. Got some flashing lights. I hate when I gotta leave a perfectly good campfire. But I want to go down by the water and just see, I guess, what happens. I don't know. We've already had a couple weird, unexplainable events so far. And just kind of wanted to see what the heck happens here, I guess. Not a single person around. Those people pulled in. I don't know what they were doing, and then they just legit left. We still got the other trailer, but he's like all the way off in the distance there. So we are pretty much on our own over here. What I might do, actually, I think I might take a walk down this left side over here. And I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. Well, whatever might be here, feel free to show yourself, I guess. This is where I was kind of chilling for a while today. Whew, so much colder by the water. I love the sand here. This is not something you normally see. It's not pure white sand. It's not like Florida or anything, but in Canada, it's not like a normal thing, I guess you could say. But it is beautiful during the day. That is for damn sure. I don't know what the heck they did over here. What the hell was that? I see the ripples. Something just either jumped out of the water or splashed in the water, fell in the water. Is that you who did that, Mr. Frog? Did you do that? Are you trying to tell me yes? No, there's no way. He's a little guy. What was that? What is that green thing? That's like a... Oh, it's a dead shark, apparently. Did you do that, Mr. Shark? No, there's literally no way. He's way too small. Okay, I have no idea what the heck could have possibly done that. That was weird, but I was noticing the little like swing thing. Fuck. Okay, what the hell is in the water right now? I saw that. I literally saw like a ripple, but because of the sediment in the water over here, you legit cannot see shit. Oh, I see one fish, but he's tiny. He's like right over there. Oh, he's gone. I can't see him anymore. Okay. I swear if that's you, Mr. Shark, you better tell me. Anyway. Yeah, somebody made some makeshift something or other over here. I don't know what they were attempting to do with this. Oh, man. My nose is running. I don't know. I can't, is that supposed to be like a swing of some sort? Kind of cool. There's a lot of bugs right now. Somebody tried to have a campfire right on the beach with a giant log. Huh. Interesting. It's just so quiet. Oh, there's something else here on the shore. It's just a red shirt or something. I don't know what that is. Okay. It's so dark. Like a legit... Oh, just... Nothing to worry about. Big fallen tree. Whatever you are, show yourself. Are you in the water? What the hell was that? Oh. I heard like a thunk behind me, and then I heard something move in the water. Oh, Mr. Bear? This is silent. It's eerily silent. What the hell was that? Dude, that was literally like right in the water. It legit sounded like footsteps in the water. Okay, I think that might have been Mr. Frog over here. We got another one. Did you just make some footsteps in the water, Mr. Frog? Sorry guys, I know I keep asking the frickin' frogs questions, but holy crap, man. The bugs are so nasty right now. But I definitely heard something. That was weird. Oh, this guy's trying to get away. Hey, where are you going? He's like, the bugs. Oh my god, guys. Ugh, the further down I go, the worse they... That sounded like footsteps in the water again. What the hell is that? Guys, that's not a fish or like a frog or anything. That legit sounded like something... Almost like it went across the water. I think the fog is rolling in. I just saw something. What the hell was that? Sturgeon? you guys don't know what a sturgeon is, it's like a huge fish. Like really, really big. We're talking like... That I think is a bird, but... Oh man, this place is creepy at night. I'm gonna try and make it a little further, but... These bugs are just relentless right now. Maybe if I pass this one spot... I don't know. Could just be giant fish jumping out of the freaking water or something, but I have no idea. Show yourself, whatever you are. Mimic or demon or some sort of cryptid. There are stories of Bigfoot out here too. But, I mean, unless Bigfoot can walk on water, I don't know. All I know is that's really creepy. But there's no, like, fish near the shore, so I don't know. Ugh. I'm trying to, like, justify what we're hearing out here. There's something over there. I think it's a stick. That I'm not sure. Man, the vibe out here is weird at night. I see something. What is that? Something like floating in the water. What the fuck was that? Okay, that might have just been a giant fish, but holy crap, that scared the shit out of me. What the f? Guys, you could literally still see the ripples. Something moved. Right there. I saw, like, at the corner of my eye, but I didn't see something come out of the water. That's the weird part. Okay, whatever. I don't know. This place is kind of strange. There's like a rope hanging from that tree over there. What is that? There's a lot of frogs here. Another little frog. Is that supposed to be like another swing? Just so eerie. I didn't even notice that during the day. Okay, what is going on here? Guys, this flashlight, I don't know if you guys can see this right now. Hang on, let me turn this light off. I don't know if you guys can see this. So when it's all the way at max, it means it's at full. Somehow this light drained in what, like 10 minutes? I don't even know how that's possible. Also seems really odd that this rope is here. It just doesn't seem right. Something just doesn't feel right over here. Alright, I'm gonna start heading back because these bugs are driving me crazy right now. Oh my god, they're really attacking my face. Ugh. That's why you guys are probably hearing me like go like this half the time from behind. What the fuck was that? Hello? I heard a voice. I'm not going back there. I'm pretty sure it said do not follow whatever's here. Let's go back to the campsite. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm dying. Oh, I just noticed there's a dead fish here. What the hell? That's gross. It looks like something attacked it almost. Something attacked was it attacked or is it just dead and deteriorating? That's kind of gross. Ew. Nasty. Oh, I'm gonna get back to the... Okay, something keeps talking back there. What is that? It legit almost sounded like it said, like, come or something. Fuck. These bugs are horrendous. It smells weird. Might just be the rotting fish, but still smells kind of weird. More frogs. Okay, fuck this. There's something out here. That is for sure. I literally heard it twice back there.